Hello there, YouTube. This is Sybils and Bits back at it again with another Inkbound daily. Today is the solo daily for September 16th. We will be playing Magma Miner, going from Silent Promenade into Garden's Edge, and then going up against Cinder. And we have a daily modifier here that I've honestly never seen before. Believe it's called like Icarus Project or something like that. Spawn 3 treasure pots instead of 1. I'm assuming this is still on the second battle of every book, but it's interesting. If we have enough AoE, we can theoretically get as rich as we frickin' want. I'm assuming that it's still 2 turns, still the same amount of health per treasure pot, gives you the same amount of money. One thing to note is that if you're not counting the amount of money that you get from, say, quick dives or book mods and ranked, treasure pods make up like 70 to 80% of your income, and bosses make like maybe 10%. You actually usually make more money from destructibles than you do a single boss. So having 3 treasure pots is kind of insane. The thing that's going to be tricky is, again, do we have enough AoE to where we can take care of these things? Because we don't want to fall behind on killing enemies because we're going too much after the treasure pots. And then, of course, we have here our legendary quest is to visit the Carver 3 times. So we need to remember to visit the Carver at least once. And theoretically, with all of this money that we got here, we should be able to make use of that. Inkwash again, on turn end, enemies lose all burn, frostbite, poison, bleed. So those aren't going to be very good clearing options, but we could still use it versus bosses. And start with 2 random bindings. And we have started with Pilfer and Blink. We have. As we found out last time that we had this mod, this mod here doesn't treat everybody equally, and I'm a little bit upset that it's going to be very hard for us to find AoE with this. Thankfully, we're going up against Cinder. We would prefer to have single target instead. But we're going to need a lot of single target in order to make up for the fact that we've got these mods here. It's another rough seed, really. And then we have clips of extraction, so we get more orbs. This is something that we could almost work with. If we get anything that scales off of orbs, obviously this is very good. It gives us more cooldown reduction, but we have less will. And as always, when we have less will, sometimes we miss fight 1. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful there. Like, are we honestly going to go like spikes or something? Brace Belt isn't bad. It allows us to focus on those treasure pots a little bit more and allows some people to stay alive, but then we still need to catch up and kill those people. So it is going to put us like slightly behind. It's rough, honestly. It might be Ink Needle Compass. If we can get precision from Blink, Ink Needle Compass gives us more crits so that we actually use it. I actually kind of like that. Bolstered Bonk, very good. Scorching Leap, very good. It'll help us for, again, our single target versus bosses because everyone else is going to Ink Wash off. But I think it's Precise Blink here. And it might honestly be Ink Needle Compass here. The only reason why I would look at Poison Thorn is if we somehow knew that we were going to get, like, I don't know, we know that we're not going to get Poison Vapor for a multiplier. but we could also get a multiplier off of Poisoned Heart. And there's some other interaction, like the poison vestiges, honestly, I really don't appreciate them. They were not created as equal as burn vestiges, in my opinion. Now, obviously, Poison Thorn being available at common is very good. It's the interactions more so that I'm talking about, and the fact that it has a half life per se. You lose half of it every turn instead of just losing one stack. So you need to output more in order to get around the same amount of damage as, like, say, Burn on Hit. But Burn on Hit is at, what is it, blue? Anyways, yeah, otherwise, the green is you have to crit in order to get more poison. And then that one's decent, but you don't have decent crit by the time that you're seeing green vestiges. And then, what's the other one? Inflict daze when you apply poison. That one is decent, because obviously if you're doing poison, then you need defense, so then that helps reduce it a little bit, because then you're taking 30% less damage. But then you need a source of getting poison for the poison or rotten calzone, I believe it is, to be useful. So they require each other too much, I think, is what it is. But obviously, grabbing this will give you a little bit of poison tilt, especially if you have Talents of Send. So it could get you started to make sure that you can actually get what you're looking for there. But I think what we're going to look at here is either Ink Needle Compass or Brace Belt. Ink Needle Compass is basically just 2 free, crit mods. It's still something. Gives us a little bit of crit tilt. Otherwise, we don't even expect to see this, to be honest. But the plus 3% crit when we have Precise helps. Braced Belt is definitely more reliable, but it's basically we can spill a little bit on turn 1 and we deal like 10% more damage. I'm going to go with Ink Needle Compass. Maybe a mistake. It was probably one of the more interesting starts that we've had in a while. With more money pots, we may honestly not need to go to the Quilling Cage. I'm almost willing to say that. Getting another common could be huge for us. Alright. Why are these bits being mean? Like, seriously. I definitely think we're going to have some breakage here. Even if we were to pick that up to smash, we wouldn't really get a lot of worth out of it. It's probably better for us to just double bonk here, blink out. We'd actually want to probably blink out a little bit beforehand. Grab this, bonk, bonk. No, we did want to bonk twice first, because then these guys wouldn't have dealt as much damage to us. Blink reset our heat stacks. But we have blink again now. That's the advantage of it. And now these are actually starting to look like a frickin' turn here, except I think that we are still too far apart here. Hashtag melee life. Yeah, at least we're getting in here for this. Yeah, I legitimately don't know. The way that those bits spawned at the start definitely hurt us a lot. Otherwise, the difference between what we did on the first turn is just damage incoming. I'm not really too concerned about that personally, but yeah, we're going to lose a turn here. And do we really have to destroy this man, or can we get away with a pilfer? I don't think we can. I do not think that we can. It's actually possible that Braced Belt would have done that. I'd have to math that out later. These are not looking good. Liar's Dice, maybe. Outlawed works. We don't have any magic damage. Like, the only way that this would go into magic damage is if we ascend it over into Burn, and Burn doesn't do us anything during the rest of the game because of Inkwash. Elusive Whisper is only one turn. Don't really care for that. I'm willing to reroll here. Hope that Pilfer picks us up. Lion's Share is actually looking kind of good here. 2 stacks of Shattered Will whenever we defeat an enemy on some maps is going to be quite nice, and it helps offset our will deficit. Give me some physical power here. Things to grab here. We can steal HP. I never knew this was a thing. If we're not grabbing Burn, Heavy Leap isn't bad. The way that I'm looking at it. Otherwise, we can keep that open, go green for -1 cooldown plus shielding on hit, so that we get a lot of shielding generated. Yeah, I don't think that we need to steal 1 HP. Otherwise, it's bolstered bunk. But we were talking about how we need AoE. Like, Leap is our AoE. The only reason why we wouldn't want to do this is to put a purple on it for plus 60 damage, or to put crit on it, I believe is the other purple. Both of which are valid. Let's go bolstered bunk, I guess. We're gonna believe. Detonate? Absolutely not. Demolishes more money. Okay, I think I see where this this run's supposed to be going. What do we want here? More stats definitely feels nice, but I think it's a binding empowerment. We did not go towards the Quillings, but I'm going to choose to believe that we're going to make the money that we need, which is a huge gamble. I think 1 base cooldown on Quick and Pilfer is interesting. At 5 to 4, that means that we can use it 2 times. The problem is that we don't have will. So it's hard for us to actually use Pilfer because it doesn't affect our combat at all. I think I'm willing to reroll here. I could also see Critical Smash, though. If we get Precise, then we can build this up to make sure that we actually, like, defeat enemies with it. Yeah, we don't have to re-roll. We can take critical smash. We have not enough money. Well, we should have money after this at least. So, let's go a superior vault, I guess. We need something. I was honestly hoping for like cultivated here, which is easily a will a turn. My God, look at all of them. Okay. Okay. May have scuffed that up. We're going to make sure that we get the one. If you guys could not be near that wall, that would be appreciated. Bunch around something. Yeah, that looks much better. Like, I could really gamble here. We're going to take a lot of damage for it, though. It doesn't seem like it actually worked out. We're still getting money for hitting a damage threshold here. Yeah, we could have done half of the first money pot's health, blinked over, smashed one of these guys. That would have been a much better way to play that. Oh well, we're here. We still get a ton of cash out of it just because it's demolish. And we do want to make sure that we are using our blink to get precise stacks. It'll hopefully deal something. This is getting out of hand though. Absolutely getting out of hand. We're taking incoming damage. I'm control clicking, thank you. Thankfully, our other skills are coming together here. We can do this. Pick up this orb. Do we want to keep this orb down for next turn, actually? That's a good question. Are we honestly going to be able to deal all of this damage in one go? I don't think that that's the case. Next turn, we got to kill 2 heavies here, which have 450 health. And we really have no access to anything anywhere near that except with demolish. So we're pretty much hoping that this thing crits. Oh boy. Well, these are gonna happen. A 322. So another bonk is going to deal another 90 damage. That's actually going to bring you into a reliable, like, zone where we might be able to kill you. and gives us some shielding. Question is do we need this more next turn? We're going to have 3 orbs on the field. I'm going to kind of try to believe on that. Okay, we at least got enemies in clusters. That definitely helps. We did not get... How much health do you have? 275 in order for you to get anywhere near that. We will leap in. That's still going to be a tough ask. It'll be a huge ask. I don't even know how she gets around with an ask that big. Oh man. Maybe we're just going to demolish you at 300 right now. That is not worth it. We need to not use blink. We need to keep all of our heat on us. If we do that, this is going to take 3 bonks. Okay, we crit. Never mind. That's actually pretty huge. Certainly wasn't expecting that to happen anytime soon. So now what we can do is something more along the lines of this. And then this is going to have to kill you. It might? Oh my good lord. Okay. Just trying not to lose more points. Give me another crit item. Give me more damage probably. Quickened Leap is exactly what we're looking for. Thank you very much. Flash. On defeating an enemy, you can flash again for free. That's not very good for Magma Miner. That would be good if our... What am I trying to say? If our damage from Precise was outperforming our damage from Heat, which generally doesn't happen, I believe that Blast allows us to keep our heat and move, which seems like something that we would want. Otherwise, obviously, if you're watching here, I believe how I understand this works correctly, this is basically Ascend Binding 5. So if you get a different Binding 5, keep that in mind. Tell you what. Shocking Core Cap Pulsar Belts. We have the money to spend. We have too much money. I think those are 2 things that we want. Burnital Gauntlets, don't even look in my general direction with that stuff. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. We've got Demolish with a crit. Hold up. Did I really not hit you? Oh well, I hit 2 people. Alright, what is this looking like? I believe we... Do we actually hit this first? We do not. Maybe we do. Hold on. This is so odd. think we're going to have to mess with our cooldowns a little bit. It might have to be bonk though before this, because you have way too much HP. Okay. Can you stop putting my orbs and enemies in awkward places that I gotta start doing stuff like this? Ugh. It's a lot of movement I'm using, man. I can get that close. Okay. We will not have access to demolish this turn. So I think what it is we leap in, we steal from him, wait till next turn. Because we should have a couple of precises around the time. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm liking that. Okay, so hit you there. Go ahead, get that. We don't want to crit on bonk. So yeah, we will steal. And we need to take one of these. Let's take the one that's furthest away. Because we're probably going to have to jump in here, grab a ton of frickin' orbs, all that stuff. Why are you guys right on top of each other? That's a little rude, don't you think? I'm going to leap in. Blink out. That is a little devastating. That is going to do a lot of damage, though. That's our bonk, by the way. Okay, another bonk. Just watching our will right now. Because if we can get away with a pilfer before... Yep, okay. Pilfer. We've actually already stolen from him. That reset our heat. We are an idiot. We're going to take 7 damage. Get smote. Consumables are nice. Fish can really turn a boss. Gain random vestiges. Kind of want plunder here. I'll be perfectly honest with you. That almost would have been worth re-rolling too. Gain additional amounts of quillings. I think it's honestly oversized smash. If we're trying to actually like make this work as well as possible, it's probably oversized smash, blue for mega smash for another 120 damage, and then just hope that this sucker crits. And then with AoE, we can actually like hit multiple, what am I trying to say, the smaller enemies. And get a lot of money out for this. Otherwise, a thing to note about Demolish that you may not know, if you have an enemy shocked and you demolish, you will get paid out for every enemy killed by the shock, because it's still technically tagged as the same action. Which is kind of nice. I think this is oversized smash. We are just struggle busting our way through this, because now we have a ton of damage. I'm hoping that plunder is going to help resolve that. What? Am I a joke to you? What is this? I want it. Why does Blessing of Quills exist when you get up tiers like that for free? Give me all that money. Your loving and your kisses too. Alright. Okay, okay. We can't really just obliterate you. I'm a fan of it. And I kind of want to be on top of this guy. Next turn, we're probably going to use the Disintegrate. But next turn, we're definitely using the Disintegrate. Holy moly. I don't quite want to dispatch any of you guys yet. What I would prefer to do, steal from one of you guys. And now we'll just demolish all of you. And then we might as well get that out for free. Okay. We do have to figure out how we're going to deal damage to you now. Because this is our last turn. It would be better to crit with this. Just go ahead and use this first. So now that will kill. Um, 1,000 health is a lot, guys. I honestly don't know if we're going to get anything out of this. That kind of helps. I guess we're going to steal from you. Another prickly puffer. That's kind of cute. Okay. Just got to figure out how to get this to actually be good. There we go. We took another turn deficit, so that's a total of negative 500 points. Not really appreciating that. We can eat one of these. Pick up this Disintegrate. Stone Blossom isn't bad. Study Windsong isn't bad. Study Windsong could actually, like, save us here. Because our damage is terrible. We can also afford to reroll here. What in blue would we want? I'd almost rather reroll at the shop. Maybe get a miser's purse. Remember that we do have to visit a shop. So we'll take Study of Windsong here. 2 ability power, some good damage. Like, we're critting reliably where this crit damage is probably starting to equal more. But I also kind of want to do damage when I don't crit. Crazy, I know. There's the Dense Leap. Steal an orb? Makes that skill worth it. Because then this is technically free. Reduces all of our cooldowns. So that we can use Demolish more. God forbid, I think it's Orb Thief. Gaining 1 stack of heat is pretty huge, actually. This, again, will help our single target, like, say, versus the Burb, but gaining our heat a little bit faster when we've got 2 moves that are going to remove it seems pretty good. We have to hit this Carver's Refuge, which is honestly an embarrassment. I also now remember that when we hit the Binding Empowerment before in Book 1, we left because we were going to make enough money versus the treasure pots, but we never went back down to get our blue Og, which could have been a big deal. Alright, certainly none of these are what we're looking for. We could always grab Malfunctioning Multi-Tool at this point. We've got 40% crit chance. It's a way to get a little bit more damage. Otherwise, Pile of Tiles is basically a smite every time that we deal damage. I'm not sure that I'm about Pile of Tiles. I'm not sure that I'm willing to reroll here just to try and get a Miser's Purse either. It'd be nice to have a Miser's Purse. It'd also be nice to have a Quillen Catcher right before we go after all the money pots. I think we're grabbing Functioning Multi-Tool. And then we're going to say good day, sir. We're honestly also probably supposed to heal here. Flask of Serendipity. We've already used the Prickly Puffer. So someone suggested to drop this along my path to make sure that I pick it up. And we want to use... Well, technically, we could have used both consumables. So that might have been a bit of a flub on our part. We just barely don't do enough damage to kill things with our blink. That's a little embarrassing. Well, if we're thieving orbs, let's do that before we do anything. We got a helmet cramp too, that's kind of nice. Let's get that now. I just really don't know how the heck we're supposed to be doing anything here. Can I hit all of you guys at least? That'd be kind of nice. What about both of you little bats? Kind of want to get you in on this. Okay. I don't even know if we're going to get one of these guys, to be honest. But we kind of have to. And they're all over there now. It's honestly a mess. This guy's quite upset with us. I just moved it so that I wasn't hitting the back pot. That is tragic. This will top off our heat. And so we'll get one. That's going to have to be enough. We did get one money pot. We have tons of money, though. I'm not too concerned about that. I'm just concerned about how the heck do we live now? How do we live with ourselves for what have we've done? We're paying for our greed. I wanted to use Pilfer, but I didn't want this. Should be able to... Yeah, we're looking relatively good here. Take only one power orb. And then go ahead and beat up this guy a little bit? Maybe? It's been a third turn. We can also Pilfer another... Another orb? I think we're going to need it next turn. Okay. Okay. Enemies are kind of bunched up. Give me this. That's huge. It's probably going to be these two over here. Let's line ourselves up. Blomp. Okay. Jump down on these guys. Like, there's really no reason not to grab all of this. Because we're going to need all of it. We need to find a way to dispatch these guys in a way that will also allow us to get up to the gentleman up there. Which is probably bonk. Bonk. This'll do it. Thank goodness for that crit. Eat our fish. Probably eat another fish. That's going to hit the boss. Disintegrate, serendipity. Looking good. Do we daze? Yeah, we daze when we crit. Chalice of Champions is also scaling, dare I say. God, I want to take two of these. Damage multiplier. Damage scaling. It's kind of late for the damage scaling, maybe. We still have plunder, so we can make like 2 a fight. If we're making 2 items a fight, then that would get up to around... Let's just say 4. 4 plus... No, it would just be 4. So that's 8 ability power that we don't even have right now. Might just be Sovereign's Flag then. You can go ahead, drop Ink Needle Compass. Like that 3% is quite a lot for us, but it's not as much as whenever we crit something, we get dazed, which is also not only defensive, but a damage multiplier. Up against Nim, that sounds like a great idea. I would love one shielding, thank you. Stop the breakage. Discounting Blink, interesting. Extracting Smash, interesting. We're actually using Smash. I think maybe making our Blink do something, because 1 cost discount to a random binding doesn't really do it for us. It's generally good, but we don't always want to plunder, which might sound like madness. Dense Sleep actually makes this button pretty good. If it ascends into something like Crater, we're set. But it's probably going to ascend into... What is it? It's going to ascend into frickin' Quillings. Whichever that one is. Excavation. Extracting Smash is just interesting. And the reason why I'm looking at these is obviously after this, we're never going to see a blue Aug again. Dare I say I'm going to go for Dense Sleep. I'm going to choose to believe. I have to choose to believe. Do we want our legendary now? Is it better than even more money and a blue vestige? Is it better than stats? Honestly, I think with how much we're suffering, it is. Baylor's Tongue. Holy Lord. We can farm out prey just a little bit. This is actually, in our current setup, it's probably worse than the other one that we decided that we didn't want. Chalice of Champions. This is probably worse than Chalice of Champions. Unless we purposely went out of our way to milk as much AP out of Nim as possible. We're only going to get like 3 to 4 turns worth. No, it's only 3. The Chapter 3 Elite Fight is only 3 turns, I believe. So we're going to get 3 there, 5 on Nim, and then it's as good, but we had to leave things alive in order for them to get prey. Yeah, no. It's either Baylor's Tongue here or it's Tetra Twin, and I think it might just be Baylor's Tongue. Baylor's Tongue is technically only 50% damage whenever we crit, but that's technically the same as a 50% chance of everything to deal double damage. Kind of. Gonna take the Baylor's Tongue. Problem is what do we replace it with? It's probably Lion's Share. That's not very good in the Cinder fight. It'll give us 1 will during that fight. Oh, come on, man. Heart of the Last Lifeless, we probably buy this. What do we replace it with, though? It's probably Pulsar Belt. Okay. Okay, we can afford to heal here to give us a little bit more damage out of that. Doesn't actually hit a break point for us, but it's something. Prickly Puffer, I think we already have one in this fight, don't we? Yeah. Sorry, bro. And as soon as we start this fight, I believe that gets rid of it, or is it the chunk itself? It might still be back there. Now, this would make us the most money, but it doesn't make the most sense. At least this kills. That helps. Head up here, get that, and then I think we want to milk as much... what am I trying to say? As much heat as possible before we have to demolish. This one's a little rough. I think we want... Well, I mean that... Flask of Inspiration. What the frick? And we're not going to cause you to actually phase here because we don't do enough damage. That's unfortunate. Guess we're going to use this serendipity. Then I guess we don't actually have to. We still kind of have to, because we deal that little damage. Okay, I was hoping for a second. Just a second. Okay. Take two. Oh boy, oh, would it be nice to have Inkrito right now. This is looking pretty good though. It's gonna do 5. We should have him next turn with a crit. That's also hopefully... Oh, don't do this to me. I require you to be deceased. Come on, man. It didn't have to be like this. Alright, we should probably steal first. We've already stolen from you. We have stolen. There's not enough orbs here for us to reduce Demolish and use it again. It's already critting. So we might as well use it. We have to figure some stuff out. There we go. Brain tuna's nice. Let's remember to go back. Eat our fish. I almost think that I want brain tuna for the final fight. What does inspiration do? A random binding costs -1 3 times. That might actually be better than disintegrate. I'm not entirely certain about that. That's a shame. Excavate. How did I know? Okay. Okay. And that also brings up its cooldown. It's kind of nasty. Discounted leap. It's kind of nice. It would have been nice if it didn't increase our cost on us, of course. I think this might be extracting a blink. 1 orb every turn. And dare I say, we're going to do this. Alright. Has this really taken 53 minutes? Good lord. I apologize, everyone. This is probably not as exciting as I had originally anticipated. Let's re-roll this. We can afford to do so. Honestly, give me some base critical power. We can heal ourselves and not top out. If we would have figured out our early fights, we would have had the, this tuning stone needs to not exist. So we're going to go ahead and do something like this. I think I'm actually going to bonk once here. Which is going to help a bit. Need to pick up at least one of these orbs. Okay. I'm going to steal from you. A Mercurial. That's interesting. Okay. We should be coming back. Alright. And we have to pick that up because it's just going to expire anyways. And this should be the match. Give me another orb. We didn't crit. What madness is this? We can get there. I was probably supposed to steal from another one of those gentlemen. Forged lightning bolts? I don't know. I think forged lightning bolts is kind of cute when we are critting, because it actually gives that some damage. We might sit on this one. We're kind of stuck with something here. I'll take crit chance. Critical leap. Interesting. I think another orb is actually still better for us. Anyways, let's just take a look. Tetra Twin? You can't bully me. It won't work. Armored Porcupine seems questionable. We've got tons of money with which to reroll. Inkredo is huge for us. Inkredo probably replaces cheese cards at this point. Conduit can be kind of ridiculous. Not sure that that's the hit. There's Mumsies and Heart of the Lifeless. Is Mumsies even good? Like, it's technically a... I guess it's kind of good. We'll have 600, that's 12. At that point, it's theoretically better than Sovereign's Flag. Okay, okay. I understand, game. I think we don't take Heart of the Last Life. I want to get both of these, because that would be a ton of damage. Maybe we just do that. We grab Heart of the Last Lifeless. We have a ton of damage. We have a ton of HP. Because this would be 2 ability power for every 7 max HP. We're going to be going up into maximum of 70. Probably hit the well to heal. So then that's 10. That's 20. Or we can get Mumsy's Money Machine and have 20. Which doesn't also have the benefits of being able to spend more. It's kind of crazy. It really is. It's kind of crazy. I think we'll drop... No, we'll drop Sovereign's Flag. We're gonna heal. Come all the way back here. I think we want Forged now. Forge probably replaces Study of Windsong. And the only thing that I would be willing to... Oh, we don't have enough to really reroll and buy anything. This is us. Okay. I'm fine with that. 46% crit chance. I'm about it. because every time that we crit, twice per turn, we're going to reduce all of our cooldowns, which means that we can use stuff more. And, yeah, it should be fun. We just have to remember that the Blazing Barrier exists, and it does 3 damage per person. So we need to start out with one of these. Still not killing you, huh? How do we have 50% crit chance and nothing crit? A little sus, don't you think? Anyways, there we go. You are kaput. Give me my 2 orbs. Now something's going to crit. I think we actually want to... Yeah, buddy. Mwah. And I think we're good with this. He's going to take flight. If we crit, we still don't really dispatch you. That's a little annoying. But we'll have 2 orbs over here. Might as well get our orb out of that. Blue Spine Cod! Leave this for you down here. So, let's just leap on you. All these orbs have to go. I'll pick up this power orb because it's about to expire. Get out of the AoE. Grab this. We are looking great. I hope he doesn't think that he's getting away. Swoop, swoop, swoop. Yeah, Conduit would have been crazy on this build. Admittedly a little annoying. Let's go ahead, hit that, pick up an orb. We're getting it again. That really doesn't help us. Guess we'll do something like this. These orbs are down here. That looks great. Steal some money off you. I just completed a daily by myself. Now how are we dealing with this? That's one way to deal with that. Okay. Get that started. Let's bash ya, pick up all these orbs. There's the crit. Alright. Yep, just missed 500 on those first 2 battles. Again, -1 will is probably actually the hardest mod in this game. We would have been able to offset it had we gotten a Cultivated Harmonies. We didn't get a Cultivated Harmonies. Instead, we got Shattered Will, which kind of makes up for it. And in the end, we got some weird-ass critty smitey build. And 2 Heart of the Last Lifeless. Kind of cute. Anyways, if the run was educational or at least entertaining, I hope so. If you have any feedback whatsoever, be it questions, comments, concerns, misplay alerts, be sure to leave that down in the comments below. And until next time, I will catch you guys around.